Try sending an international bank wire to a family member overseas. Immediately, your capital slams into a wall of institutional friction, heavy transactional fees, slow cross-border clearing cycles, and relentless centralized processing delays. Yet, running concurrently across the global internet cloud, there is an invisible parallel architecture. It is a multi-billion-dollar digital network where assets transfer instantly across the earth, with zero banking mediation and complete cryptographic encryption. You have likely seen physical novelty coins stamped with a giant B in lifestyle media reports. Those are material illusions. Because this architecture is natively digital, the actual asset possesses zero physical form. It exists strictly as a state allocation ledger distributed across the cloud. This system ignited in 2009, following a white paper published by an anonymous entity operating as Satoshi Nakamoto. The engineering intent was specific: to build a liquid asset isolated from government intervention, central bank dilution, and historical currency inflation. To execute a digital transaction with US dollars or euros today, you are forced to route your money through a middleman, a retail bank, a credit clearinghouse, or a payment corporation. This cryptographic network bypasses that choke point, allowing you to stream capital directly from your node to another user on the opposite side of the globe. Bypassing these legacy institutions grants you direct control over your transactions. However, this level of control removes any third-party oversight, meaning the absolute burden of asset security rests entirely with you. This setup triggers an immediate operational question. Without a central banking authority monitoring the vaults, who exactly verifies that the money is real and prevents users from spending capital they do not own? The answer is the blockchain. Think of it as a permanent digital notebook. The moment a transaction line is written, a precise, real-time copy of that exact ledger is instantly duplicated and distributed across thousands of independent computer nodes globally. If a malicious user attempts to hack their localized copy of the notebook to manufacture unearned capital, the peer-to-peer network instantly runs an automated cross-check. The surrounding nodes identify the variants and expel the fraudulent data block. The entities commanding these advanced computer validation networks are known as miners. Inside this decentralized ecosystem, they act as the auditors. These computer rigs verify transfers by racing to compute intensely difficult cryptographic equations. The first node that successfully computes a valid block solution is rewarded with a pristine allocation of newly minted native coins, a process known as proof of work. This arms race consumes massive amounts of energy. Industrial mining operations now utilize vast fields of specialized hardware, locked in a relentless computational struggle to solve the highest volume of puzzles. Inside this architecture, the trust we traditionally place in a corporate bank teller or clearinghouse has been replaced by raw mathematical computation and immense energy expenditure. To interact with this ledger, you deploy a cryptographic wallet. But this introduces a structural misconception. Your crypto wallet actually holds 0 digital coins. The asset never leaves the decentralized blockchain matrix. Instead, a wallet functions strictly as a secure interface to manage 2 unique codes. The public key operates as your transparent digital routing address for incoming funds. The private key functions as your absolute master password, the cryptographic proof that grants you the legal authority to command those funds. You can secure these keys using 2 primary methods. Hot wallets maintain an active, continuous connection to the internet for daily utility, which leaves them exposed to digital phishing vectors. Cold wallets isolate your keys completely offline by locking them inside a physical hardware storage drive, offering safety from remote exploits. But offline isolation carries severe real-world stakes. Consider the case of IT professional James Howells. His companion accidentally disposed of a legacy hardware drive containing the private keys to 8,000 early-stage bitcoins. To this day, he is fighting municipal authorities to excavate a local landfill, desperate to recover a lost multi-million-dollar fortune. The primary asset secured in these vaults is Bitcoin. Economists often classify it as digital gold because it features a hard-coded supply limit of exactly 21 million units, creating strict structural scarcity over time. Having your own private keys creates a path to financial independence, but it also erases the institutional safety net that usually protects against human error. Satoshi Nakamoto's initial architecture was meant for daily microcommerce. Over the years, intense market speculation and extreme macro volatility have shifted these assets into an aggressive, high-risk investment class. This chart illustrates the scale of potential gains within the market. An allocator who secured a baseline position in Bitcoin in 2016 at $500 per coin and held until the valuation hit $60,000 harvested a 13,000% return on investment. However, the same chart shows that high yield is tied to high risk. In 2022, Bitcoin's value plummeted from $45,000 down to $16,000 in just 7 months, wiping out 65% of an allocator's net worth. This volatility is often triggered by shifting global regulatory policies. Centralized governments generally oppose financial systems they cannot directly manipulate, and they are actively engineering heavy legislative restrictions to bring the asset class under state supervision. The ecosystem also carries deep operational liabilities. The same privacy layer that protects legitimate citizens transforms the network into a transit vector for criminal enterprises and sophisticated cyber scams designed to drain digital vaults. Above all, the most critical mathematical reality of this architecture is its absolute lack of consumer protection. Because the network operates entirely on automated consensus, once a digital transaction is confirmed on the blockchain, it is mathematically and legally irreversible. This decentralized ecosystem operates as a permanent alternative to the legacy financial grid. Navigating it requires absolute operational discipline, because in an automated network, there is no corporate authority to call when a critical error occurs. Your wealth is your responsibility. If you misroute your keys, there is no state or corporate entity that can recover them for you.